Today is a landmark day in the fight against organised crime, and in particular against the Kinahan organised crime gang. What you've heard already and what you will hear today is the culmination of years of hard work and dedication, resulting in a series of very significant enforcement measures that will deal a heavy blow, if not a crippling blow, to the Kinahan organised crime gang. It is a demonstration of the strength of resolve amongst all of us to put an end to a gang that has caused so much destruction and death here and abroad. This organised crime gang started life as a South inner city Dublin drug dealers, but has grown over the decades to become a transnational crime cartel involved in a wide range of criminality that is estimated to have generated over €1 billion for them. All of it leaving countless victims of violence and addiction across the world in their wake.
Shout out to the almighty LDBC. It's your boy, I am Trill Will. Back at y'all with yet another video talking about how Tyson Fury ain't shit. And the people he associated with had something to do with the intentional cheating of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Currently, first and foremost, let me shout out everybody in the building. What's up with it? Love is the word. How you doing, Queen? Reach the Watcher. What's up, family? Rob Sportsman Lee, Mark Wunderlich, Joe Townsend. What's up, family? Let's see, OG Eric. What's up, old son, bitch? Skills from New Orleans. What's up with it, family? Brown on Boxing. Salute, King. How you feel, man? Kevin Dunbar. What's up with it, man? Hey, salute to all y'all in the building, man. Make sure y'all smash the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. And quite hopefully, YouTube might just tell y'all that I'm on live. But you know, YouTube ain't shit. YouTube is full of shit. Shade Girl, what's up with it, Queen? Y'all know YouTube be on that bullshit. They don't want to tell nobody when I'm going on live. But anyways, if you want to donate to the channel, there's the cash out right there on the bottom of the screen. Feel free to donate to the channel. All donations will be greatly appreciated. So let's talk about what we got to talk about, shall we? Now there is a $5 million bounty for any information leading up to any kind of financial ties or any type of financial dealings dealing with the Kinahan family, from his dad, Christopher Sr., his little brother, Christopher Jr., and also Daniel Kinahan himself. It's $5 million being offered right now by the U.S. for information on the three important members, which happens to be the dad and two brothers, his two sons. We've been telling motherfucking dumb now what, and I guarantee you're gonna have some idiot that gets on here and say, "Oh, y'all don't know what y'all are talking about. Y'all just making up stuff. Y'all delusional. Deontay Wilder is delusional. He's making up stuff. It's bad for boxing. What he's doing is bad for boxing." Well, can y'all kindly explain this shit then? Then the reason why would we associate Daniel Kinahan with Tyson Fury? Because of Tyson Fury's own fucking mouth. That's why. Tyson Fury in 2000, he's been dealing with Daniel Kinahan for a while. And Daniel Kinahan tried to disassociate himself with Daniel Kinahan. And allegedly, he was supposed to separate ties from MTK Global, which if you didn't watch that BBC documentary on Daniel Kinahan and his mob and band of merry idiots, then you would understand that he's tied to the mob, and they have countless bodies tied to him as well. And they have ties with financial racketeering charges. They got all kind of shit that they've been doing under the scenes, washing money, doing all kind of dirty shit in boxing, taking over small gyms around the area in the UK and in Ireland. He did. Man. Brent Fox, what's up with it, man? Jelly Bean, what's up, bro? Alfred, what's up? Salute, man. What's up, Mr. Shelton? Fuck Fury. I don't give a fuck about that bitch ass nigga. He gonna get this work today. And just like these weirdos, these dumbass weirdos who call us delusional, call the LDBC delusional, call Deontay Wilder delusional, call Tay Jones delusional, then calling all of us saying, "Oh, y'all just making excuses because Tyson Fury whooped on Deontay Wilder. They're just making excuses. They want to put a race card because Deontay Wilder's not a good boxer. He can't box, mate. He can't box, can't do anything right, man. He can't. And we even have buck dancing Sambos here in America yelling and screaming for Tyson Fury himself. Oh man, it's a damn shame that Deontay Wilder. Hey, you got my butter biscuit ready? See, Deontay Wilder's can't box. He ain't got no skills. Tyson Fury is just a superior boxer, and then he just beat Wilder's ass on Black History Month. See, Wilder got beat up, not knowing these motherfuckers wasn't listening to us. When we told you there was something wrong with those gloves in the second fight. There was something wrong with the gloves in the second fight, we told you. He specifically targeted an area in the third fight, which will allow him to get the victory in the third fight. The same place he previously damaged in the second fight, which created a hole on the side of Deontay Wilder's jawline. When we told everybody those Pathan Sport gloves that Tyson Fury was wearing were full of shit, and they were lacking a boxing padding in those gloves. Everybody said that we was making up shit. Everybody was saying, oh man, Deontay Wilder, man, they just making up excuses talking about Tyson Fury's gloves. There was nothing wrong with his gloves. There was nothing wrong. They see y'all are making up, y'all delusional. You're delusional, bro. We heard it all. We heard all of the fucking excuses. We had heard all the fucking excuses. And then not only that, I'm about to put the whole puzzle together. Now, who is Mauricio Suleiman known to be associated with? Daniel fucking Kenningham and MTK Global. So would I be naive to believe that MTK Global paid Mauricio Suleiman, who's obviously exposed himself as a greedy bastard anyway? Would it be well naive of me to believe that Daniel Kenningham may have threw him some money through the Nevada Athletic State Commission, some money to look the other way and not look at all the various chokeholds and fucking laying and leaning on the back of Deontay Wilder's head, getting punched in the back of the head. The first time he dropped Deontay Wilder in the third round of the second fight, he hit him in the back of the head with a rabbit punch, but they counted it as a drop anyway, even though that was a legal punch. Then they're going to talk about all the guillotine chokes that he had when he was laying on top of Deontay Wilder's neck, and he had to struggle to get him off of him. But then they keep calling us stupid as if we're not making any kind of sense, as if all of this stuff don't tie in together. All of this shit comes together. Every bit of it. All of it. All of it. Birds of a feather flock together. It all does. But guess who's going to get thrown under the bus? Tyson Fury. And you know what Tyson Fury is going to do under the legal pressures of the United States government and also the pressures from outside police, like the Irish police and Interpol? Do you know what's going to happen to Tyson Fury? Love you too. Be careful. You know what's going to happen to Tyson Fury when he falls under the pressure of the Interpol police, the Irish police, and the United States government, and the UK's National Crime Agency, the NCA? Do you know what's going to happen when he falls under that pressure? He is going to fall under the pressure, and he's going to sing like a fucking bird. Because Tyson Fury, he's a fucking dirtbag cheater, but he's no gangster. He ain't no gangster. Boxing, please. Yes, they've been washing money, Shade Girl. And that begs the question. Drew brought up a great question today. What on God's green planet would make anyone believe that this fight between Tyson Fury and Dillian Shyte is worth $40 million? What would you get $40 million to back a fight that no one gives a fuck about anyway? There's no promotion for this fight. No one's talking about this fight. The boxing world is seemingly quiet about this fucking fight. Ain't nobody gonna say anything about this fucking fight. But we don't know shit about boxing. We have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. We're making up shit. We're creating narratives. That's what the LDBC is. We're just a bunch of casuals who don't know shit about boxing. We're just here just telling shit just because we're mad our guy lost. And again, I say, I'm gonna say it again. I said it before. I said it a million times over. Deontay Wilder didn't lose. He was cheated. Like, badly cheated. Count Nella, what's up with it, family? He was not beaten. He was fucking cheated. And he was cheated badly. He was cheated very badly. Cheated. I'm talking about every aspect of that fight that you can cheat in, he cheated. Ratchet since 91, what's up, family? Every aspect of that fight where you can cheat in, he cheated. My audio may go out because my wife's in my car. And my car is known to pick up fucking my phone for some weird ass reason. Oh yeah. Oh man. Hey, Reef, all of this shit gonna come out in the wash, homie. What does Wilder always say? Wilder always says this. He says what's understood don't have to be explained. And what we understand is Tyson Fury cheated his ass off in order to gain an advantage over Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, which gives me even more respect for Deontay Wilder, which gives me more cause to believe that Deontay Wilder is the champion we all believe him to be. Tyson Fury was so scared and petrified of Deontay Wilder that he then himself took every precaution to take every fucking leeway that he could to cheat all the tactics that he used before. The gloves he used against damn Christian Hammer, the grabbing tactics that he used against Steve Cunningham, all of this stuff, everything you can think of, he used it. And it turned out, why didn't we find out that after the fact of the fight, that Tyson Fury got some kind of injections in his arms, in his elbows before the fight, but nobody disclosed that information beforehand. So, hold on, y'all. Mm-hmm. Sorry, y'all. I had to give my wife a mask. Matter of fact, I'm finna sit on the porch. Hopefully, I don't get attacked by bees out there. Hold on, y'all. I'm walk outside. If my audio goes out, y'all let me know, because my wife is in my car. Can y'all still hear me? I wonder, can y'all hear me? My son is sick. Hold on, y'all. Walk outside. Where's my dog at? I gotta let my dog out. Hold on, y'all. Gotta let my dog out. I don't even know where in the world he's at. Come on, Cheeto Head. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Okay. Gotta let my dog out real quick. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go outside, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on, Doodle. Come on. Come on, you don't feel like going outside? Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna be out here. Come on. Yeah, my dog don't want to go nowhere. Shit. Okay. Sit right here out here on this doggone porch. Cool. Let me take this damn picture down because y'all done seen it enough. Hell, ain't like y'all don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm gonna keep that picture for safekeeping though. Let me turn my camera on. Hold on, y'all. It's gonna. My audio's finna go out because it's finna go in my car. Hold on. Give my wife a chance to pull up the road. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Love you too. See if y'all okay. Can y'all still hear me? Cause I don't know if it connects to the car or not. That's weird. What's up, Anwar Willis? What's up, D-Man? Like, my wife's in my car. It's gonna my phone normally jumps on in the car, and shit, and I lose the audio on my phone. So, you know. But anyways, all right, we've been saying for months, like months and months on end, like years actually. We've been debating about Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight, about how Tyson Fury was how in one fight, in one training camp, he was able to create enough power to go up against and go blow for blow with the world's most dangerous puncher and Deontay Wilder. It's okay, Rhinoceros Neck. Damn it. Quit and leave me the fuck alone today. But anyways, we've all went to bat. We all talked about this conversation. We had this conversation a billion times over, and we got the trolls and all this bullshit that come into our chats day in and day out saying the same dumbass shit. Talking about, hold on, y'all. I gotta get my spray. Hold on. So will not do today. Where the other one at? There you go. Shit. I gotta go to the gym today. Anyways, I got bees out here and having a spray for bees. Oh shit. Hold on, Mike. Hold on, man. Hold on, dog. I got a carpenter bee right up above me. Yeah, fuck them trolls. I don't give a fuck about them bitch ass niggas. I got a carpenter bee right up above me, and I can see him moving. Yep, I see your bitch ass. Hold on, y'all. I think bees are trolls. And I think God put bees here to troll my black ass. They're gonna be here all summer. Fucking up my fucking yard. Anyways, I gotta go in the house. Fucking trolls. Why you don't want to go outside, little dude? Little ugly dude? Why you don't want to go outside, man? No, I'm gonna sit in my room. Where it's fucking safe at. Fuck that. Man, fuck you, Joe. Yo, big thick ass Nick. Looking like Bebop from look like the other half from Bebop. You and Ram are Bebop and Rocksteady. I got my own squares, nigga. Or y'all just gonna take this show to just try to roast me? Ain't gonna work. No, I have a bee problem every year. I have like hives on my front porch, hives in my back porch. I gotta spray and kill them every year. It's like at least 10 cans of that damn wasp spray and shit. But anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about, because I ain't gonna let this shit interfere with what I got to fucking say. I went through let's see. I wonder if the UN gonna get involved in this shit. So I mean, like I said, the LDBC has been making videos and countless videos with evidence and articles and showing that Tyson Fury has been entangled with fucking Daniel Kinahan and MTK Global, which is tied to the Kinahan fucking mob. And I just, the first thing, when I seen this article first, the first thing I thought about is putting all the pieces together of all the stuff that we all said, including what Wilder said in that video he made on October 31st, right before their second fight. When Wilder was actually taking Tyson Fury to court. When Tyson Fury came out and said, I'm never going to fight you. Like, you disrespected my family and my nation, my heritage, and blah, blah, blah. I'm never fighting you. And so Deontay Wilder took it upon himself to enact his fucking rematch, his signed rematch clause, and have this motherfucker run this motherfucker in the court, which he won his arbitration. And Tyson Fury was talking about fighting Lucas Brown and a couple other people. And we were all here raising hell with Deontay Wilder. So looking back at it now, it all makes fucking sense. Daniel Kinahan was the money behind paying Mauricio Sulaiman not to investigate Tyson Fury's gloves, even though we've had countless amount of videos, countless amount of evidence, and even the fighter himself coming out contesting those gloves, saying how he felt when he got hit with those gloves. And you also had a sparring partner, Nicholas Asbury, come out and say the same thing, that Tyson Fury was manipulating gloves in sparring camp, and Davidson was fucking taking patent out of the glove to build Tyson Fury's confidence somehow. And then now that we all look at this shit in hindsight, and now that the fight's over with and the smoke is cleared, all the shit does make sense. Daniel Kinahan was the muscle behind all this shit. Tyson Fury was just a dumbass fucking pawn in front of it. But he was able to take able to take all of the bullshit. He wanted to go along for the ride anyway, because at any given he didn't want to look like a weak ass man. That's what Tyson Fury didn't want. Tyson Fury didn't want to get his ass beat by a Deontay Wilder. Being that Deontay Wilder is a black guy from Alabama, and man, Lord knows white supremacy in America don't exist, according to fucking Jamel Charlo and his raggedy ass wife. Given all of this shit, that they're just going to dismiss the shit anyway, because they don't even think black people are human beings anyway. Now, given that shit, this shit ought to make you sick if you're a black person in America. You know what I mean? This shit ought to make you sick to your stomach as a black person in America. To look at the extent these motherfuckers are willing to go and willing to cheat in order for them to make a white man look better than a black man. This shit ought to make you sick. Oh, I'm crying? I'm crying? Oh, them some mighty big ass fucking tears. Cause I ain't the only one crying. The U.S. government's crying too. And so is the NAC. And so is the Irish police. I guess we're a whole bunch of motherfucking crybabies, but my boy. You know what I mean? I must be crying some big ass tears, because I know what I know. I know good and damn well Tyson Fury cheated Deontay Wilder. I know for a fact he did. I don't give a fuck about none of these fucking weirdos coming out here saying, well, you know, the LDBC, man, you know, they use the race card and the LDBC, and they crying and bitching because Deontay Wilder lost. They great champion lost. You know, you seen the videos from Bitch Drunk talking about the LDBC and how the Bronze Bomber is the HNIC of the LDBC, and trying to start a race war between the Mexican and Latino fans and us as black fight fans. You see all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't vote Democrat, nigga. I'm not a fucking Democrat. I'm not a Republican either. I'm neither one of them motherfuckers. Both of them are the devil. Fuck out of here with that shit. I'm not a Democrat. Well, you ain't never heard me say I was a Democrat. Fuck the Democrats. Them motherfuckers ain't shit. Hell, the Republicans are just got the balls enough to tell you they ain't shit. We ain't gonna do nothing for you niggas. That's what they say. The Democrats say, hey, give us our votes, and we still ain't gonna do shit for you. But they don't say it out loud. That's the difference. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Tyson Fury, with the guidance and the money from Daniel Kinahan and his mob, orchestrated a plan so that they can cheat Deontay Wilder and no one would utter a word about it nor give a fuck. All the powers that be did not investigate none of this shit. Daniel Kinahan had paid Mauricio Sulaiman just enough money. I guarantee you, follow the money. You're gonna follow. When you follow the money, it's gonna put everything that we've been saying together, for real. And you love Trump, dude. Yeah, you the wrong person to say anything about nobody. You love Donald Trump. Donald Trump is just as bad as Daniel Kinahan. Don't believe me, you'll see. Anyways, Tyson Fury is gonna go down in history as the biggest piece of shit that we've ever seen in a boxing ring. Anyway, reason being is because Tyson Fury ain't been shit, never gonna be shit, and will never be shit because of the fact that he has to resort to cheating in order to beat Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. But you know, Deontay Wilder is making up excuses. He's bad for boxing. This puts a stain on boxing, according to Tony Atlas. Not Tony Atlas. What's old fuckwad Atlas, whatever his name is. Deontay Wilder is a stain on boxing, according to these weirdos and jerk offs. And the LDBC is just nothing but we're just a bunch of just mindless goofballs that's just up here just pandering to Deontay Wilder, hoping Deontay Wilder somehow acknowledges us, even though Deontay Wilder has been on countless panels in the LDBC, also shared videos from the LDBC on his personal platform, even though we talk to people in his camp all the time, even though I'm friends with someone from his camp, period. You know, I mean, but the funny thing about it is, it's almost as if every time a black person says something about they've been hurt or something happened against them, they always have to go to the latter. What happened? Why are you saying this? What you're saying is hurtful to the sport or hurtful to the cause. Whatever you're doing or whatever you're saying is some bullshit. That's pretty much it. Y'all over here joking and bullshit. I'm being dead ass serious right now. Like, this shit ain't nothing to play with. Wilder could have died in that ring. He could have died in there. He could have died. That man could have died, and he was willing to lay his life down just for y'all and just for me. That's why this shit means so much to me. And to watch this shit play out in real time, watching the United States government, the NAC, the Irish government, and also watching Interpol all trying to close in on Daniel Kinahan when Daniel Kinahan is associated with MTK Global, and Tyson Fury has shouted Daniel Kinahan out from the rooftops, made countless videos, and the videos are still on his page. But we want to laugh and joke. I'm just saying, some things ain't nothing to laugh at, man. And I can't laugh at this. Just knowing that this man, the extent that these motherfuckers hated this man's black skin. They hated this man's black skin so much that they were willing to kill him for it. And they was only willing to kill him for it because they knew they couldn't fuck with him. They knew they couldn't do it on the even playing field, just like us, just like our black asses every fucking day when we get our black asses up to go and hustle and work and provide a living for our families. They don't ever give us a fair start. They don't give us a fair shake. They don't give a fuck about our fair shake. They don't give a fuck about us having an even playing field. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about the LDBC and how much good we do for one another and how much good we do in our community. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about the book bag drive and the mommy makeovers and the kids makeovers. They don't give a fuck about none of this shit. All they care about is making sure that black people feel less than. Make us feel like we're under their feet, like we're worse than the shit on a dog's ass. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. Do y'all see the extent that these motherfuckers are willing to go just so they can silence one voice? Ain't nobody talking about the heavyweight division right now. No one gives an absolute fuck about Tyson Fury fighting Dillian Shyte. Dillian Shyte is a fucking bootlicking coon. No one cares about him. There ain't nothing pushing behind Dillian White. He don't stand for nothing. He ain't standing for his community. He ain't standing for his fucking people. He's standing for a pat on his head. That's a good monkey. Now go and chip on somewhere else. That's a good monkey. Do what a monkey's supposed to do. Be a good chimp and take your black ass over there and go and chip for me one time. Go and dance and shuck and jive and laugh it off and play it off like it ain't nothing to play with. I hope it's prison time. I hope they make him drop the belt and pay Deontay Wilder restitution. I hope they do that. One can only hope that real justice be served in this case. Deontay Wilder got cheated. There's evidence everywhere. If me, a simple boxing fan, can take these pieces to the puzzle and put all of this shit together. Kinahan pays Mauricio Suleiman. Kinahan pays the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Kinahan throws some money to the referees and the judges. Hell, Kinahan could have threw some money to the commentators, for all we know. Because everybody was against Deontay Wilder. For what? For what? Everybody in the world was against Deontay Wilder for what? For what? What did Deontay Wilder do to anybody? Is he a bad person? Is he a horrible human being? You're right, Gumbo. Nothing gonna happen to Fury because this is white man territory. White men can kill us dead. White men and white women can kill us dead. There's a white woman in Florida right now who just murdered a fucking black man, and she's out free as a bird in Miami Beach, partying like she ain't did shit. She ain't been arrested. She ain't been arrested. But yet there's a black woman in Texas that told the police that her ex-boyfriend was narcissistic and abusive, and he put hands on her and her kids, and he endangered their lives. So she had to take necessary precautions to protect herself, bought a firearm, shot it into the roof, and got charged with attempted murder. Can you think about it though, Ram? Champ didn't need it. Champ can beat him on his own. Tyson Fury is the one that didn't have no confidence in himself. He didn't. Fury can't box as good as everybody making it out to be. Fury can't. He can't. He's mediocre at best. All he has is his size and his awkwardness. That's it. If he was 6'6", he would have got knocked the fuck out again 3 times in a row. He was already knocked the fuck out in the first fight. There shouldn't have been a second and third fight. It shouldn't have been that. But Kinahan and money. Money. Y'all got to remember, Kinahan is worth billions. Not a couple $100 million. Billions. The man is worth money. Why do you think the United States government, the NAC, Interpol, and all these different organizations are looking for information? They're willing to pay $5 million for information leading up for sanctions to be brought upon the Kinahan family and their cartel. Why in the fuck do you think they're going through such lengths to try to nail this son of a bitch down? Who's in the last I checked at the UAE right now, hiding from damn law. Hiding from the law. Niggas in the cartel, niggas had bodies. According to the BBC fucking documentary they did on Daniel Kinahan and his family, they had 18 bodies in Ireland. They killed 18 people, including a shootout at a boxing event. Rob Sportsman Lee, what's up with it, man? What's up, DP Rocker? I'm telling y'all, it's more to it than meets the eye. It's more to this shit than meets the eye, man. Yep, they're going to do the same thing they're doing to Russia. Freeze all of his assets. Freeze all of his bank information. Freeze everything to him. As soon as they can get information on him, they're going to freeze everything that he owns. They're gonna freeze all his liquid assets. It's gonna be kind of hard to move. That's why he's moving. That's why he's in countries where he can't be expedited, and he's paying a lot of money to be there. But if they were willing to go through such lengths, Daniel Kinahan is going through such lengths. If Daniel Kinahan was so innocent, why the fuck is he hiding? Why is he hiding? Why is he hiding? If he didn't do anything wrong, why is he hiding? Why is he hiding? Why is there so much? Why wasn't there any investigation when the accusations came from the fighter himself, who was the victim? Anytime I ever looked at any kind of investigation, the victim made a statement. And the powers that be took that statement and they ran with it and investigated all the claims that were being made. The only thing we've gotten since all of this shit happened is a bunch of videos and a bunch of fucking trolls who said we're delusional, we don't know shit about boxing, We don't know what we're talking about. We this, that, and the third. Deontay Wilder's delusional. He's making up shit. They even try to question the fact that this man had a hole in the side of his fucking face that you can visibly see. They ain't talking about the fact that this man was bleeding from inside of his ear. The man looked like he was drugged, couldn't even stand on his own 2 feet the whole fucking fight. Third fight, only time Tyson Fury was successful in landing any punch is when he grabbed him in the headlock and punched him in the same exact fucking spot. But I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Right, Caldanello? I'm crazy. The LDBC is crazy. And we don't know what we're talking about. And all the evidence that we've all compiled all together don't mean a hill of shit. And we're just over here talking just to be fucking talking. And you want me to tell you that Tyson Fury is the greatest heavyweight in our modern boxing era? No, the fuck he ain't. He's a dirtbag piece of fat ass cheat. He's a fucking drug cheating, fucking manipulating piece of shit. That's what he is. That's what he is. Tyson Fury will always be a no good cheating piece of shit to me. Ain't nothing about him spells spectacular boxing. Nothing about him does. So in one training camp, this man gained the power to put a hole in the side of a man's head. When he went life and death with somebody way smaller than him. Make the shit make sense. Because it don't make no fucking sense. If it don't make dollars, it don't make fucking sense. And no one in this chat and no one who watches this video can make it make sense for me. How is it possible that a man who went life and death with Otto Wallen then all of a sudden goes and fights Deontay Wilder and you can punch a hole in the side of this man's face? And then all of a sudden you become a knockout artist. The knockout that you knocked him out with, when you hit him on the side of the head, right there, and he fell over on the ropes. You hit him in the same spot every time. You targeted that spot that whole fight. I watched you do it. I went back and watched the fight. I watched you do it. The only time Tyson Fury was successful in that fight wasn't from a straight jab to the face through Wilder's defense. Wasn't none of that. It was some dirty ass tactic that he caught Deontay Wilder on the side of the head where he hit him, knocked his equilibrium off, and he had it from go. And then, and all of that, despite all of that, Deontay Wilder was still had enough wherewithal on him to go and use what he knew. He went straight back to his power and hit Tyson Fury's fat ass so hard that his whole fat ass body shook. And he went down and sat down for 14 seconds. The referee, Russell Mora, the same Mora who allowed 12 fucking low blows in an Abner Mares fight. The same one, the same dirty ass referee that suddenly at the last minute, the last second, right before the match was even announced, right as they were all in Las Vegas, get switched out and bring his goofy ass in. And y'all gonna tell me there ain't no money behind that shit. And then right after that, as soon as he did his job, he got the referee the fucking Canelo fight. Every high-profile fight, like 3 out of, I think, out of all of the high-profile fights we had thus far, including this one this past previous weekend, Russell Mora was the referee. Am I right or am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? We show you pictures of the damn gloves looking all fucking flimsy with no padding in it. They even showed you at the damn fight, right before the fight, when they was going to pick out the gloves. They even cut the gloves in half to see that there was barely any padding in those gloves, which is the reason why Wilder changed to those other gloves, which led to him breaking his hand, when he knocked Fury's fat ass out. I'm gonna go see that, Jeff. I'm gonna watch that. I'm just saying, Bumpy, what's up with it, family? Black Alpha, what's up, man? Yes, he did. Like, notice that all the high-profile fights, the Canelo versus Caleb Plant fight, Russell Moore was the referee. Yeah, the BBC did a documentary on Daniel Kinahan. They released it right after right as the fight got announced. They released it last year. I remember it. I watched it. But the LDBC, we're delusional. We don't know what we're talking about. We're just making shit up. We don't know. We have absolutely no idea what the fuck we're talking about. Of course, these fucking weirdos and detractors and these buck dancing Sambos and these other self-hating ass Negroes on this fucking app would then come along and what would they say to us? Oh man, the LDBC, here they go again, creating false narratives, trying to pull the race car. Ha, 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 ha. That's what they say. That's what they say. The LDBC pulling a race car. That's what they say. But yet and still, we have not been proven wrong yet. Just because you call me names, just because you yell and scream and curse and you holler to the top of your lungs don't mean you're right. What's the first thing a guilty party does when they're in an argument with somebody they're losing? They're going to resort to names. They're going to resort to calling you names instead of engaging in what you're asking them about. They're not going to answer a question first. They're going to call you a fucking, you're casual, you don't know shit about boxing, you're this, you're a monkey, you're an ape, you this, you that, all this. They're going to do everything under the sun to avoid talking about the fucking subject at hand. Notice that none of these trolls, none of these buck dancing Sambos, none of these motherfuckers that was sucking Fury's nuts, none of these motherfuckers can produce any kind of evidence to throw off or construct any kind of building or any kind of damn any kind of contention for anything that we ever said, any video we ever made, any evidence we ever presented, anything Deontay Wilder himself even said. There is nothing that these motherfuckers can show you on video, an article, or anything that can refute anything that we presented thus far in our case. There is nothing these motherfuckers can say that can go and refute anything BFTB's produced. That Boxing Ego, that 78, Blue Blood, or me, or any of us. There is no video yet that these motherfuckers can produce that can refute anything that we've said about Deontay Wilder versus Tyson fucking Fury. Here's what really happened. Deontay Wilder knocked out Tyson Fury in the first fight. It should have been waved off as a knockout. That should have been over and done with, and we should have been on with our lives, and we should have never heard about Tyson Fury ever again. That would have been the end of the story if things were right in the world. But no. Jack Reese took it upon himself to do it for the love of the sport, according to him, to give him a fighter's chance and let Tyson Fury get up even though he was knocked smooth the fuck out. He was knocked out. Fight over. Goodbye. Have a great day. The end. Protect the fighter? No. Protect the white fighter. Fuck Deontay Wilder. So then, Deontay Wilder, being the man that he is, comes back and tells him, hey, since everybody's talking shit about this fight being a draw, which I know I won this fight, and even by your own admission, after the fight, at the press conference, after the fight, you even said out of your own mouth you've never been hit that hard by another man in your life. Your wife, your dad, your brothers, everybody was coming out talking shit. Oh, man, you don't need to ever fight him again. Because they knew what it was. They knew what it was. And it was at that very moment they constructed their plot to fucking knock this man down from his throne. This uppity nigga right here, he think he's too big for his britches. So we're going to have to humble his ass. And they proceeded with that fucking plot. These aren't accusations. These are facts. So then in the second fight, as the second fight is being built up, whatever, Tyson Fury steady trying to run from that fight. Y'all do remember he ducked that second fight too. He ran for hell and high water trying to run from that second fight. Y'all notice that all the way up to the very last part of that, before they ever actually got in the ring, that's when Tyson Fury started saying, man, I'm going to walk through him and I'm going to knock him out, mate. I'm going to do this. I'm going to knock him out. It's going to be a transfer truck versus a train, blah, blah, blah. He kept talking about that damn, he going to knock. They already had their fucking plan together. Jack Reese was already out of the picture. He already exposed himself when he was hovering over the face of Tyson Fury, which I've never seen a referee do ever in the history of this sport. I just seen somebody get knocked smooth out this past weekend, and I ain't seen no referee get in his face counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like he's popping in his face to wake him up. I've never seen a referee do that. Have y'all, since that fight, since Tyson Fury versus Wilder 1, have y'all seen a referee get in a fighter's face to initiate a fucking count? Don't worry, I'll wait, because it ain't happened. And I watched every fucking fight that done came on since Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury 1. I watched every one of them. Every high-profile fight that's ever came on, I watched it. I watched when Canelo knocked out Caleb Plant. I ain't seen no referee in his face. You would never see another referee respond to a knockout like that again. You'll never see it. But yet and still the LDBC, we're still delusional. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. We're just making up a narrative. We're just keeping a narrative going because we need views and we need money or some bullshit. That's what they fucking tell you. But yet again, I will say this: I'm willing to bet anybody, any trash talking troll, buck dancing Sambo, some sellout fucking YouTube fucking content creator, any one of you motherfuckers want to go at it, I'll put up $200 of my own money for you to get on a panel with me and we can talk about it and we can show evidence to see if you can refute anything that I say. And I promise you I'm going to win. Because I done pretty much memorized the whole timeline of all this shit that done happened since the first Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury fight. The only clean fight Tyson Fury ever fought with Deontay Wilder was the first one. And even that one was dirty. That glove was dangling for his whole life in that first fight. Dangling. It's all over the place. Your knuckles was in the head, it was in the wrist part of your fucking glove. And it was just flopping about. So I take that back. Tyson Fury has never fought Deontay Wilder straight up. I take that back. He's never fought Deontay Wilder straight up. It's always been some shit in every fucking fight. First fight, floppy ass glove. Second fight, they doped his water up. And he used all kind of cheatful tactics. The guillotine chokes, laying on the back of his head, rabbit punches, constant rabbit punches. Referee just being a fucking dickweed, just standing in the way, just watching all the shit go down to yet another fucking black man. Third fight was the conclusion. You had already done the damage in the second fight. Deontay Wilder was just too stubborn and too much of a man to quit. So you proceeded to beat the ever-living hell out of him until Mark Breland, who they claim had nothing but respect and love for Deontay Wilder, threw that fucking towel in out of guilt. Which was the reason why, which wasn't the only reason why he got his ass fired. Then everybody, all the detractors and all the fucking weirdo trolls didn't come out with the justice for Mark Breland, justice for Mark Breland, justice for Mark Breland, and ain't nobody hired that man since. This was all a ploy to shut Wilder up, to buck break this man. And Wilder ain't going. See, Wilder always remained solid and on cold. And Wilder always remained true to himself. He always remained that he was a black man before he ever put on a pair of gloves. And he'll be a black man when he stepped his black ass out that fucking ring. And he'll die a black man. He always held that to be true. And they hated it because he loved this black melanated skin. And they hated that shit. He stood with his people and they hated that shit. He stood on principle and they hated that shit. Now they try to bring out this weasel ass fucking Anthony Joshua. We offer him more money. We offered him more money. Bitch, shut the fuck up. What your bitch ass did, you ducked $50 million up front, guaranteed fucking money just for showing the fuck up to the fight. $50 million was already yours. Then 50-50 on the back end from the sales of the fight. That was a fucking $100 million fight. Easy. That was a damn near $200 million fight. Everybody wanted to see that fight, but you ducked it and you ran like a bitch you were. And then they trying to throw you in just like they used Dillian White as a fucking bumper in the middle of the road to get in the middle of trying to do something, because Wilder always stood on the phrase of one name, one face, one champion, and his name is Deontay Wilder. And they took that shit and used it to their advantage. Daniel Kinahan knew this shit too. One thing about con jobs are very smart at conning people. They ain't got too much common sense, but when it comes to cunning a motherfucker, they know how to get over on people. And Tyson Fury used that fucking muse of mental illness for everybody to feel sorry for him. Oh, he's a pillar of strength. Then every time when he felt like it, oh, I like to thank me, God, Jesus Christ, and all this, thank God for me overcoming mental illness, even though he's never been prescribed by any kind of therapist or doctor or any kind of psychologist that having any kind of mental ailment or anything whatsoever. Nobody still has yet to produce any kind of documentation showing that Tyson Fury went to some type of mental facility for his mental ailment. Nobody has. They just took his word for it because he was a fat ass white man and he was coming over here trying to be an American. They had to fix in. Daniel Kinahan was the money behind it. Mauricio Suleiman loves money. Why do y'all think he keeps creating belts for every fucking fight that comes out? The damn slave belt, the damn Moroccan belt that they gave to Tyson Fury. All kinds of bullshit ass belts. Then he comes up with the fucking bridgerweight fucking division, which nobody gives a fuck about. Creating belts, and more belts, watering down the big ass fucking following that they had behind the WBC belt, being the most prestigious belt of all of them. Had all that going for them a few years ago. Now it's just diminished to nothing more but a fucking watered down piece of shit money grab from Mauricio Suleiman in his fat ass fucking pockets. So you think I would not believe that Daniel Kinahan could have offered that fat piece of shit some money and he was willing and running straight for, oh, give me some money. I'm willing to bet anybody he took some money from Daniel Kinahan. Guaranteed. And on top of that, who did Tyson Fury have behind him? Who's he signed to? Who is the only boxing promoter right now in modern boxing that's been investigated by the FBI fucking eye for fixing fights? Bob fucking Arum. Who else is Daniel Kinahan affiliated with, mind you? Bob Arum. So you want me to believe that Daniel Kinahan didn't pay Bob Arum, didn't pay Mauricio Suleiman, didn't pay all of these people, even though there's countless of videos. There's a documentary about Daniel Kinahan and how he operated, how he took out the Quigley's gym in the UK, stealing his fighters and putting them under the MTK brand, stealing them. Y'all want me to believe that he wasn't capable of doing some shit like that just so his fighter who called him out by name wouldn't be prestigious and win? Bet. Thank you, Zena. Thank you. So you want me to believe with all this shit getting ready to fall out the sky that none of this shit that I just said happened? And y'all don't believe that they were willing to go to extreme measures just to make sure they took down Deontay Wilder? Because that proud Negro right there, we don't need him representing as the face of our brand. Because those niggas are less than. And they need a lesson taught to them. Because we're better than them. Y'all want me to believe that? Do y'all believe that? Because I believe it. I believe that Deontay Wilder was unapologetically black and that man can fight his ass off. I also believe that Deontay Wilder was so much of a threat to the white threshold, which they claim to boxing, that great white hype that they always thought about it all the fucking time. They thought about it all the time. Every day they had a great white hype in their head that they cooked up. They had to have this white face in front of them representing them, just like they tried with Lomachenko and he failed. It's like they tried with every other white fighter that they tried to put up, even back in the 80s. When Mike Tyson was making his run through the heavyweight division, they tried to do it then. They've been trying to do it since the days of Jack Johnson. Why was there a color line? Why was there black murderers row? This shit is ever prevalent in boxing and it's been here. Then you have coons and buck dancers like Jamel Charlo. Oh man, skill pays bills. Cool. Well, I've got to go back to work. Well, I'm going to leave y'all with this. If anything I said in this video is false, prove me wrong. If you think you got enough evidence and you think you got enough wherewithal to come on my panel, I'll open my panel up to you. Come on my panel and discuss, have a whole fucking conversation with evidence that anything I said, that you can refute anything that I said about this fucking panel, I'll pay you $200 of my own money. Right, Bumpy. Right. Boxing is a corrupt sport. It's been a corrupt sport. Thank God for people like Deontay Wilder and Devin Haney and Errol Spence. Thank God for fighters like them. On that note, shout out to the almighty LDBC. Shout out to every last one of y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming through. Yeah, Zena, I'm telling y'all, follow the money. Same thing with Trump. Follow the money. Follow the money. The money's going to show you everybody who had a hand in the takedown of Deontay Wilder. It's going to show you everybody that had a hand with them cheating. You remember, if you go back and you watch the story of Jack Johnson, there's a part in that story at the beginning of the video that says this is a 2-hour-long video. You can go and watch it yourself. There's a whole fucking part in there where it says that people, the mob was having sit-downs with referees, judges, the commissions, the sanctioning bodies, the promotional bodies. You related to Clarissa Shields? Bro, you got royalty in your family. But again, shout out to the almighty LDBC. It's your boy, I am Trill Will. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to get back to work. Y'all be blessed, be safe, man. And y'all already know, my offer still stands. So, still Bomb Squad forever. And fuck Tyson Fury. I'm gone.